Success in sports can be attributed to so many factors, including level of preparation, talent, hard work, luck, and even level of support. But when athletes or teams try to get victories through the back door, do we still call that sports? Well, it's a question that keeps begging for answers, and we'll try to find out on the show today. Hello and welcome. This is Sports Real, coming to you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Bade Adeleye. On the road today, we'll be talking about sports, the win-at-cost syndrome, and of course, we'll take a look at how teams, is it a myth or, something that really happens when, our teams win the diabolical way? We'll get to see that too. We'll talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League and take a look at leagues and cups in other parts of the world and how Nigerian players are faring. We'll also talk to you about some other interesting sports while taking a look at some special reports of interesting, discussions. These and many more coming your way on the show today. And of course, as always, we're at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja. This is Sports Real. Welcome on board.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Street Talk, your reliable sports platform that allows sports-loving Nigerians to bear their minds on trending topics in the world of sports. I am Francis Kabile.
I think that was probably what happened between
some of the coaches. I quote it. It's not like what you see in Europe. It's not like what you see.
Okay, straight to the business of the day. Let's begin with the Nigeria Premier Football League, as we saw loads of actions on match day 27. And of course, Kwara United, they lost away to Sunshine Stars of Akure, who got a 4-2 win, which was interesting. And of course, leaders Remo Stars got the needed victory against Plateau United to open up an interesting gap lead, 12-point gap lead now when it comes to the top of the Nigeria Premier Football League. They did that on Sunday. Also, Kano Pillars got the needed victory against Rangers. Ayimba traveled to Niger Tornadoes and got a 1-0 win. What a result they got for themselves. And of course, Ikorodu City got the needed victory too. So, lots of interesting results that we got on match day 27. So let's show you the full result and of course, the table as it stands at the moment. Okay, from the Nigeria Premier Football League now, let's move to Europe and take a look at the leagues there. But before we do that, let's look at how Nigerians are performing. And evidently, Victor Osimhen still got a brace for himself for his side Galatasaray over the weekend, which is huge, taking his tally to 16 goals. Come on, that man is doing so well. And with 2 goals now, he'll be level with the highest goal scorer in the Turkish Super League. And of course, Cyril Dessers scored again for Rangers in the Scottish Premiership, which was interesting. Samuel Chukwueze got a goal for AC Milan in the Italian Serie A. And of course, Nathan Teller also scored for Bayer Leverkusen. in the German Bundesliga. Not also forgetting that it was an interesting win for, Nigeria's Bassey and his side, Fulham against Manchester United. And of course, Bassey got the goal, in that particular encounter, which ended 1-1 at the end of normal time, at the end of normal time at Old Trafford. All right. Away from Nigerians who are doing so well for themselves in Europe now, let's quickly give you, the results that we got last weekend in the top leagues in Europe. But let's start with the English FA Cup. Manchester United were booted out by, Fulham, who won 4-3 on penalties after the match had ended 1-1. And of course, the English FA Cup now, we already have the fixtures for the next round, and it's going to be an interesting one. And of course, in the Spanish La Liga, Real Madrid lost, making it 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, and 1 win in their last 5 games. Barcelona got the needed win, and they are back on top. And do not forget, Nigeria's Sadiq Umar also got 2 goals, in the Spanish La Liga last weekend for Valencia. That was against Osasuna, so we have to celebrate him too. And of course, the Italian Serie A getting interesting, the German Bundesliga not leaving out the French Liga. So quickly take a look at the results we got last weekend. All right, it's Champions League week, and of course we're getting to the round of 16. Who is going to win their first leg match or draw it? That's a big question that we're waiting to get answers to tonight, and of course on Wednesday night. Mouth-watering fixtures up for grabs. So let's quickly show you the fixtures for the UEFA Champions League this Tuesday and of course on Wednesday night.
Like a seed, it needs fertile ground to grow.
And when it grows, it becomes a passion that keeps you on your toes.
Passion can take you anywhere. Sometimes it takes you a million miles away.
A few kilometers away.
All right, where you need to be.
As a people driven by passion, we found a partner in the European Union.
Through the Global Gateway's strategic investment in Nigeria's digital economy.
Education.
Agriculture.
Renewable energy.
And health.
We found great purpose in our passion.
There's a start and get. Promises to Shara. Winds up that right hand.
Archbishop of basketball, goal! He hung on that net like a stalk up a tree.
NTA Sports 24 brings you all sports, all time and all day.
Tune in to watch NTA Sports 24 on Star Times Channel 270, Star Sat on Channel 434, and Free TV on Channel 731. NTA Sports 24, where sports thrive.
You're still watching Sports Roll, coming to you on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. Now, it's getting more serious. In sports, you win some, you lose some, and some other days, you get a draw. But we cannot deny the fact that there's still this win-at-all-cost mentality that drives some athletes or teams. And, some of them even get to the extent of doping. So, what brings about these and so many other questions around it? Suleiman Musa tries to find out.
Every athlete and team strives for victory, but the relentless pursuit of winning at all costs can lead to detrimental consequences. The desire to succeed has driven some individuals to engage in unauthentic practices, including bribery, match fixing, doping, and using performance-enhancing drugs. While winning is undoubtedly rewarding and brings fame, it is essential to maintain a balanced perspective. Losing is an inevitable part of sport, and it is crucial to learn from defeat and persevere.
Yes, most of the times they are pressured to actually, take steroids and things like that. But I believe that apart from that pressure, they should turn the pressure to motivation, because not everybody can actually be able to manage their emotions when it comes to the pressure of a competition that is ongoing or that is about to start. Most of the times we often get carried away of the fact that we want to win, that we actually forget the fun of it. Even the sports, there are some sports that you just do and you are happy doing those sports. You don't have to be thinking of the trophy I want to win. But apart from that, the pressure that they put on them as the athletes, I believe they should turn into a motivation for themselves.
Consistent practice, coupled with guidance from experienced coaches or trainers, can significantly contribute to achieving podium finishes. Moreover, early preparation and meticulous planning are essential for success in sports.
Do you want to lose? Nobody wants to lose. It's a win-win situation. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to come out first. Best. Nobody wants to be the loser. So if you're doing anything, you put in your best and you will come out the best. And everybody wants to be a winner. So we all make efforts, conscious effort, in order to win and win well.
When you think about all the sacrifices, when people are still sleeping on their bed, 5 a.m. you're already up and all of that. Sometimes you finish training, you don't recover. That alone is enough motivation for you to want to win, because you know that most times it's only winners that are recognized. People don't tend to see your work. They tend to now see your work after you have won.
The habit of winning at all costs can ultimately lead to trouble, damaging an athlete's reputation and undermining the integrity of sports. By embracing a balanced approach, athletes can thrive for excellence while maintaining their integrity and upholding the true spirit of sports. In Abuja, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
Quite interesting. Many thanks, Suleiman. But we're not done when it comes to this winning at all costs syndrome. And of course, we do know that according to reports, some athletes, or you call them teams, go the extra mile of being diabolical to win at all costs. Is this a myth or is actually true? Some call it jazz, charm, voodoo, juju, or whatever name you have for it. Ahmad Zango is standing by to tell us more.
Mysticism in Africa influences nearly every facet of life, impacting politicians, civil and public servants, spouses, children, students, traditional practitioners, and athletes, among others. There have been reported instances of juju in football that have led to heightening tensions. Players may halt the game if they suspect that a portion of the field has been altered by a charm or spell.
I don't know if juju exists. I don't know. But in my school, I don't know. If other school use juju, but as far as we're concerned, we don't use juju in my school. We use the best performance, and that's all.
Juju thing, which is witchcraft, if I understand very well. In this part of the world, most especially we in Africa here, we are fond of winning by all cost syndrome, where some of us don't believe in this practice to win, and we know that when we practice well, good practice give us a better performance. But it's unfortunate that some people go into diabolic means to help in their performance.
In certain sports, such as traditional boxing, known as dambe, its stylized kickboxing variant, the use of mysticism is widely accepted and practiced. As a result, fighters are often seen adorned with various charms and items both on their bodies and around them.
In dambe, yeah, you can call it a charm. At times I see as a propaganda, a way of winning your fighter. You see people with charm failing, losing the game. If that charm is working, why are they losing the game? That is just a propaganda. It's a tradition to put something on your hand. Yes, it's really charm which you are trying to amend as time goes. As you can see, it's not everybody is carrying those charms, and some of the charm is just like, let me say, it's just a packaging. They package themselves to appear like a fighter, because a fighter doesn't just appear like that. In dambe, in the tradition of dambe, you can't just appear single-handedly. You understand? As you can see, those with charm, they also lose the fight. So the charm does not mean anything.
International Olympic Committee (IOC) has strengthened the authority of the World Anti-Doping Agency (WADA), positioning it as a key player in the fight against cheating in sport. WADA defines doping as the use of banned substances and methods aimed at improving athletic performance. In traditional boxing and its stylized kickboxing forms, the integration and endorsement of mysticism are evident, with fighters frequently donning various adornments. It is not uncommon to observe fighters and their spiritual guides, known as marabouts, chanting incantations before and after matches. Also, containers used for rituals can often be found scattered throughout the arena for consumption and for mystical influence.
But I would like to discourage every athlete who engages in activities like that. It is wrong. It is very, very wrong. In fact, even religiously, it is very, very wrong for one to engage in diabolic means for him or her to get a better performance or to improve in sport. Like I said earlier on, the only way you can do better in sport is when you engage in practice, and then you do well.
It is unfortunate that some athletes struggle to cultivate their skills and develop independently in order to advance in their careers. Amazongo, NTA News.
Many thanks, Ahmad, and of course it's quite interesting, all these topics, and taking an in-depth look at all this. It will always divide opinions, but that's one thing about sports. It will always give you loads and loads of talking points. All right, just like I always say, Sports Reel is never complete without bringing to you an aggregation of trending sports stories from all over the world. And as always, Francis Kabile is standing by to give us the update on Sports Titbits.
After 3 months of training, Nigeria's representatives to the 2025 Dana World Youth Championship in Denmark, MOP Stars Football Academy, have been unveiled in Abuja. Former Inspector General of Police Mike Okiro commended the Messengers of Peace for investing in young talents, a decision he says will help reduce crimes and boost Nigeria's budding sports economy.
Football is a money-making venture, so for him to have thought about it, it means he's thinking good for Nigerians, for you people who have no job, who are unemployed.
The grace of God, when we board the flight to Europe, the boys are ready, the coaches are ready, the energy is high. We don't expect anything less than winning the trophy at the Dana World Youth Tournament. The under-19 are fit, the under-16 are doing exceptionally well.
40 players from the under-16 and under-19 teams made the final cuts for a pool of more than 200 players who went through screening process. They will now train for 2 months before traveling to Denmark.
For this opportunity that is given to us to go and showcase in Dana tournament, and we are assuring everybody that we are going there to come back victorious.
By the grace of God, we will do you all proud as we go into our events and the training for Ghana Cup 2025.
With the experience I have in the game of football and with these great talents behind me, I believe we are going there to make Nigeria proud and to also make Mobster Academy proud.
The 2025 Dana World Youth Championship is scheduled for July 2025 in Denmark. Still on football, the Premier League and Fulham have condemned the racist and homophobic abuse directed at their defender Calvin Bassey online after he scored in Sunday's FA Cup victory over Manchester United. Nigeria international Bassey gave his side the lead after half-time in the match, which ended 1-1 at Old Trafford before Fulham overcame the hosts on penalties to qualify for the FA Cup quarter-finals. In another development, Paris 2024 Olympics semi-finalist Ezekiel Nathaniel has shattered Africa's 400 meters indoor record again, lowering it to now WrestleMania in a WWE Undisputed Championship match against Cody Rhodes after a dramatic victory in the men's Elimination Chamber match. The 16-time world champion clinched his spot at the grandest stage of them all by forcing longtime rival CM Punk to pass out in his signature.
Many thanks, Francisca. And of course, with that, we're done on Sports Reel this Tuesday. As always, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. Do not forget that you can get unlimited sports content on NTA Sports 24, which is always available for you on Free TV and of course Star Times, channel 270. Don't forget that all leagues are very much available, especially on weekends, on NTA Sports, and of course the NPFL Premiership. 2 matches always on offer midweek on Wednesdays. Until next time, I'll be on the show, just like I always tell you, be yourself and always stay out of trouble. You don't need it for anything less. I am Bade Adeleye. I'll see you next time.